the developments taking place in the Goa fire tragedy. Blue corner notice that was issued to Luthras has been accessed by Times Now. We are getting details of the blue corner notice that was issued against the brothers Luthras. There you can see on your screens with their image. It has all the details of Luthra brothers, identity particulars, it says. And then there are details like family name, forename, date and place of birth, their gender, nationality, and languages spoken. Apart from that, their father's family name and forenames. All these details were part of the blue corner notice that was issued. The status, look at the status. Status says suspect. So these are suspects, the Indian authorities told the Thai authorities, and then the Interpol unit in Thailand started looking for them with help of the Royal Thai Police. They were finally detained. Country that is requesting is India. Then there's a mention of the file number. Date of publication is 9th of December 2025. It has been updated on the same date. These are particulars of Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra, who were on the run. The Interpol blue corner notice that was issued has been accessed. It was issued on the 9th of December, and today on the 11th, Luthra brothers have been detained. Now, blue corner notice is issued to get exact information of the location of the suspects. Let's go across to Madhav. He'll help us explain the blue corner notice. Yes.
Well, absolutely. Swati, let's tell our viewers first what this blue corner notice means. At the stage of FIR, this is what can be done by any jurisdictional police. They can approach, the Interpol agency in India here. The designated agency is the CBI, which in fact through its counterparts in the Interpol has then transferred this entire issue to the Thailand Interpol counterparts in the NCB there. And what does this blue corner notice specifically say? It has given the requesting country India's detail. The file number has been given. The date of publication is 9th of December 2025. The control number and the name of the individual, in this case Saurabh Luthra, has been given. His photograph, his family name, his forename, his gender, the place of birth and date of birth, etc. His nationality has been given, and there are many more details, of course, that have been given here as well. And in fact, injury causing death / manslaughter / murder. Facts of the case in Arpura, Anjuna Police Station, North Goa District, country India, date on the 7th of December 2025. A criminal case, white so-and-so FIR number on the 7th of December, registered at police station Arpura, Anjuna, under section 105, 125, 125A, 125B, 287 read with 35 of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhidha 2023. On 6/12/25, subject Saurabh Luthra and other partners accused have organized a fire show at a restaurant, Birch, in brackets a club or restaurant, by Romeo Lane, Arpura, Bardes, Goa, without taking proper care and caution and without providing fire safety equipment, other safety gadgets. At 23:45 hours, the said fire show resulted into a serious fire, due to which 25 incident people succumbed to death and also caused serious injuries to tourists and staff. Subject Saurabh Luthra and other accused, despite having knowledge that the said restaurant do not have emergency exit doors on the ground floor as well as at the deck floor to evacuate in case of emergency, organized the said fire show. During investigations also revealed that the subject Saurabh Luthra and other accused were operating the said restaurant without obtaining essential permission / licenses from competent authorities. Subject Saurabh Luthra has since been absconding. If located, subject will be requested to join the investigation. Purpose of the notice to be treated as a request to provide information on a person of interest in a criminal investigation, and in particular on his previous criminal records and ongoing criminal activities. To be treated as a request to trace and locate the person of interest in this criminal investigation. Send any information available to NCB New Delhi, and the reference as well as the Interpol General Secretariat reference has been given, the blue corner notice, etc., and other details that have been mentioned here as well. So this is in fact, as far as the notice, the blue corner notice, as far as Saurabh Luthra is concerned, it's on the basis of this. There's a similar blue corner notice against his brother Gaurav Luthra, and it's on that basis that the Thailand authorities have detained these individuals. They're currently at an immigration center from where they are expected to be taken to a court of law. We are also expecting that officials from India could now go to Thailand to take custody of these individuals and bring them back by flight from Thailand to India, and where they will of course eventually have to go to Goa and face the courts of law. Of course, this entire matter could take a few days before it is finally concluded, but certainly it is a concerted effort. Times Now has in particular been bringing you ground reports from Goa as well as from Thailand in Phuket, where these two brothers were in hiding. And now, of course, the long arm of law has in fact acted, the wheels of justice literally turning, where Indian authorities through the Interpol have been able to locate these two individuals, because the real fear was, would these two individuals be able to get away from Thailand? Would there be a flight risk? At this point of time, we do know that they are in the custody of the authorities there, and therefore it would be extremely difficult for them to evade legal proceedings from here on. Remember, they've tried every trick in the book. They've approached the courts. They've tried to claim that they were on a routine business trip. But how is it possible that if a fire breaks out at 11:45, they booked the ticket online at 1:15, just 1.5 hours after the fire has broken out, even while the fire had not been put out? That clearly goes to show, and while they said they were there on routine business trips, very clearly they were trying to evade the law. They've tried to, in fact, get the interim bail from the courts yesterday. That has been declined, and now remains to be seen what happens in courts of law here. But this is a very significant step. Remember, these blue corner notices are the measures as far as law enforcement agencies and prosecuting agencies are concerned that they can use at the stage of the FIR. Later on, when there are charge sheets, so on and so forth, they can go ahead and issue a red corner notice. In this case, this has been sufficient, and this act and the constant pressure, Times Now has consistently reported on this story, that these are individuals who need to be brought to justice. They must pay for the 25 lives lost in this particular fire at the Birch nightclub.
Right. Let me also, Madhav, go across to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, the authorities did miss the initial window. A lookout circular was issued, but by then they had already taken a flight. So they planned everything between 11:47 to around 1 p.m. Because at 1:17, according to the reports coming in, they booked a flight to Phuket. So it was, a couple of hours when they made a decision, this master plan, to flee India, to evade the law.
Yes, Swati, in fact, adding to what Madhav has said, that it was done in a very calculated, with a criminal intent, and that's how they escaped. They escaped in the most intelligent manner. They knew from the managers and others that a fire has broken out, that a criminal investigation will start. Since they were in a hospitality business, they booked their ticket, and the first flight out from Delhi was done by them. And since they escaped, they planned everything. The fact that they moved a bail application in a Delhi court, not in a Goa court, was also done with a criminal intent. And the counsels, in fact, made some very bizarre, outlandish claim, like there is a threat to their life in Goa, and subsequently they also said that they went there on a business for business reasons. It was a tip-off that was given by a central intelligence agency to their counterparts in Thailand that led to these searches. Now we can tell our viewers that they never left the resort in Kathu. They always stayed at the same place. There were reports that they had left the resort. They were very much there at that same location, in fact planning their next move, but they also realized that they are very much there at that same location. They also were waiting for the court order. They were waiting for that court order, that particular court order, and the moment the agencies went there, there was a proper raid that was carried out. That raid, in fact, led to searches of their personal belongings and also their passport, which has been impounded. The formal paperwork will start as soon as the Goa police or anyone from the federal probe agencies will land there, and then they will be brought back to India. The Goa police has to now show exemplary work. They have to tell the world that they can carry out an investigation on their own and not to rely on any agency like CBI to make sure that these guys stay behind bars for a very long time.
Absolutely. So first they evade law, they flee the country, and then they also lie, Bhavtosh. They were lying when they applied for anticipatory bail, saying that they were on a work visit, that this was a travel for business, and that they wanted to genuinely appear before the Goa Sessions Court, but then they also wanted immunity, protection from the court.
Yes, yesterday we reported about their entire bail hearing. Swati, you were also reporting about that. each and every word of their bail application was full of apathy. It was full of insensitive remarks. The counsel, in fact, said that they went on a business trip. They also went ahead and said that the client was suffering from various medical ailments. They, in fact, said that there was no vicarious liabilities linked to them. They, in fact, made a rather bizarre claim that since everyone has been arrested in this case, they should be allowed to come back on a 4 weeks anticipatory bail. And they said that the person responsible for the fire tragedy is a woman who was performing a pyro gig. Now, these are the kind of arguments that were presented in the 110 pages bail application that was submitted in the court hearing, and this went for nearly 2 hours. The Goa police had to give their reply early this morning. That was to happen at around noon or at around 2 p.m. But quickly, within a few hours tip-off that was given by our agencies, the Royal Thai Police stepped in, and at around 9 or at around 8:30, 8:40 a.m. in the morning, Indian time, they landed there at the resort. They arrested them, identified them. There were some officials from Indian agencies who were present there. They quickly identified them and left from the spot. Now the Indian embassy officials will be reaching there, I think by 1:30 or 2, formally arrest them, formally at least identify them, and then the entire legal process will start. At 2 p.m. the hearing on the anticipatory bail application will take place. Interesting to see whether that will turn infructuous or not.
All right, Bhavtosh, stay on with us. Let's look at the visuals on screen. On one hand, you see the blue corner notice that was issued against the brothers that was shared with the authorities in Thailand. It has all the details, all the particulars of their identity. And not just that, the status says suspect. It also mentions why this blue corner notice has been issued, the allegations of a very serious nature against them. Details of that has been mentioned as well. The fire tragedy details, part of the blue corner notice. This has been accessed by Times Now. This was issued on the 9th of December, and today on the 11th of December, the Luthra brothers have been detained, as Bhavtosh was pointing out earlier. They clearly were caught unaware. If you look at that image of the authorities inside the room, both brothers in handcuffs, you get a sense of how they were caught unaware. The authorities literally perhaps barged into their room after they got information about their stay, their location. Bhavna Joshi, Goa fire survivor, is joining us on the broadcast. भावना, आपके लिए बहुत मुश्किल होगा, मैं जानती हूँ कि दोबारा हमारे लिए ये बताना कि उस दिन क्या हुआ था। इसीलिए मैं चाहती हूँ सबसे पहले आप अपनी प्रतिक्रिया दीजिए कि इन दोनों को जो डिटेन कर दिया गया है थाईलैंड में और अब भारत लाने की तैयारी है, ये खबर आप तक पहुंची तो आपके मन में क्या बात आई?
मैम, मुझे बहुत रिलैक्स मिला जब मुझे पता चला कि इन दोनों को पकड़ा गया है। मुझे बहुत रिलैक्स मिला और एक होप, सरकार से एक होप जुड़ी है मेरी कि इनको सजा मिलेगी और मिलनी भी चाहिए मैम, क्योंकि इतने लोगों की जान गई है मैम। मेरे परिवार के 4 लोग चले गए। मेरे परिवार का जो पिलर था, मेरे हस्बैंड, वो चले गए, जो पूरे परिवार को देखते थे। तो बिल्कुल सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, उनको सख्त से सजा मिलनी चाहिए।
भावना, क्योंकि आप उस दिन वहां मौजूद थी, इसीलिए आप जानती हैं कि आग लगने से पहले वहां पर क्या स्थिति थी और उसके बाद क्या हुआ। आपके पति बच जाते, लेकिन वो वापस क्लब में दोबारा गए आपकी बहनों को बचाने के लिए?
नो मैम, ये गलत न्यूज है मैम।
तो क्या हुआ था फिर?
मेरे हस्बैंड बाहर ही नहीं आ पाए मैम। बाहर आने मैम, वहां पर जो पहले म्यूजिक, डांस वगैरह सब चल रहा था, छोटी सी माइनर सी एक आग की चिंगारी थी। अगर उसको उसी टाइम एक्शन नहीं लिया जाता तो मैम इतना बड़ा रूप ही नहीं लेती। बट वहाँ पे कोई प्रोटोकॉल्स फॉलो नहीं किए गए, ना तो वहाँ कोई इमरजेंसी एग्जिट डोर था, ना तो वहाँ पे कोई सेफ्टी प्रिकॉशंस थे, ना तो वहाँ पे कोई फायर अलार्म बजा, कुछ भी नहीं था मैम। वहाँ पे बस गिलासों से पानी डाल के आगों को बुझाया जा रहा था। मेरे हस्बैंड को, जैसे न्यूज में मैं कहीं जगह सुन भी रही हूँ कि हस्बैंड कह रहे कि पहले अपनी वाइफ को बाहर निकाल के वापस अंदर गए। ऐसा गलत है मैम। वो बाहर आते तो वो अंदर नहीं जा पाते, और डोर इतना ब्लॉक हो चुका था लोगों से कि वो डोर से बाहर जाना, अंदर आना मैम, हाउ कैन पॉसिबल मैम? पॉसिबल नहीं था। मैं खुद ब्लॉक हो गई थी डोर में। मैं बाहर निकली हूँ, उसके बाद बहुत कम लोग बाहर निकल पाए मैम, और काफी लोग अंदर फंस गए,
जिसमें कि स्टाफ के भी
मच गई थी
जी, जिसमें कि स्टाफ के भी बहुत सारे लोग थे भावना। इसीलिए मैं ये समझना चाह रही हूँ कि जब इस तरह का कोई क्लब होता है, रेस्टोरेंट, बड़ी जगह होती है, वहां पर जो लोग सर्व कर रहे थे उनके अलावा कुछ फ्लोर पे मैनेजर्स भी होते हैं। तो स्टाफ ने क्या वहां पर कोशिश नहीं की? कोई ऐसा फायर सेफ्टी इक्विपमेंट नहीं था कि तुरंत किसी को सूझा कि इस आग को बुझाया जाए?
नो मैम, मैम उनके पास जो मतलब उन्होंने पहले से जरूरी समझा कि पहले वो अपनी म्यूजिशियन टीम को बाहर निकाले। उनको वो इम्पोर्टेंट लगा, उनको ये इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं लगा कि पहले एक्शन लिया जाए आग को बुझाने का। अगर वो उसी टाइम पे एक्शन ले लेते मैम, तो मैम ये हादसा इतना बड़ा होता ही नहीं। मैम ये एक प्राकृतिक चीज है मैम, अगर इसको कंट्रोल करना इंसान के हाथ में होता है, लेकिन वो उन्होंने कोई प्रोटोकॉल्स फॉलो ही नहीं किए मैम, कुछ भी नहीं किया, उन्होंने बचाने की कोई भी कोशिश नहीं की।
भावना, एक बात बताइए, इससे ये भी लगता है कि वहां पर जो स्टाफ था शायद उनको ये ट्रेनिंग दी ही नहीं गई थी कि कभी इस तरह से अगर कोई दुर्घटना हो जाए, आग लग जाए, तो सबसे पहले आपको क्या करना है? फायर से
बिल्कुल भी नहीं। आप
जी
नो मैम, कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं थी। अगर ट्रेनिंग होती, वो ग्लासों से पानी डाल रहे हैं, आप देखिए, मजाक हो रहा है उनके लिए, ग्लासों से पानी डाल रहे हैं, वाइन ग्लासों से पानी डाल रहे हैं।
भावना, इस तरह की खबरें भी आ रही हैं कि इन लोगों को कई बार चेताया गया था, नोटिस दिया गया था कि यहाँ पर इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रखा है, आप लोगों ने कई सारे नियम तोड़े हैं, उसके बावजूद भी उसमें सुधार लाने की कोई कोशिश नहीं हो रही थी। ये जानकारी कि बहुत सारे लोगों ने इस मुद्दे को उठाया था पहले।
मैम इस जानकारी के बारे में हमें पता नहीं था कि वहाँ पे ये अनऑथराइज्ड तरीके से चल रहा है, बिना लाइसेंस के चल रहा है, क्योंकि हम वहाँ पे घूमने गए थे, हमें इस बारे में जानकारी, अगर जानकारी होती तो मैम हम वो जगह चूज ही नहीं करते मैम।
तो वहां जब आप थी, मौजूद थी, पायरोगन के इस्तेमाल के बाद क्या आग लगी? और कितनी देर बाद आपको लगता है, चिंगारी गिरने की कितनी देर बाद लोगों को एहसास हुआ, भावना, कि यहां से अब भागना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ये बड़ा हो सकता है?
मैम छोटी सी आग थी, लोगों को माइनर सा लगा, क्योंकि ऐसा कुछ लग नहीं रहा था कि इतना बड़ा रूप लेगी, छोटा सा था बहुत। पता नहीं वो एकदम से पानी की तरह इस तरह से फैला, और उसके बाद फिर वो आग के कुछ चिंगारियां सब नीचे लोगों के ऊपर गिरने लग गई। इतना धुआं हो गया पूरे हॉल में कि लोगों का वहां पे रहना बहुत टफ हो गया। लोग उसके बाद ही कुछ वहां पे, उसके बाद छोटी सी कोई चीज वहां पे फटी, जैसे कोई शॉर्ट सर्किट होता है, इस तरह से कुछ हुआ वहां पर। फिर लोगों ने चिल्लाना शुरू कर दिया, भागो भागो, बचाओ बचाओ करके, इस तरह से लोगों ने चिल्लाना शुरू कर दिया। बस उसी भगदड़ में मैं अपनी फैमिली से अलग हो गई, और मैं धक्के मुक्के की वजह से, जो एग्जिट डोर था, मैं जिस तरह खड़ी थी, मैं धक्के की वजह से, प्रेशर की वजह से मैं बाहर निकली, अदरवाइज मैं भी फंसी रह जाती अंदर।
आपके परिवार के लोग थे, और भी लोग थे, कुल 25 लोगों की जान गई है। भावना, आप क्या चाहती हैं, किस तरह की सजा इन भाइयों को हो?
मैम 25 लोग तो बताए जा रहे हैं, झूठ बोला जा रहा है, सरासर झूठ बोला जा रहा है। 25 लोग नहीं थे मैम, ज्यादा लोग थे। 4 लोग तो टूरिस्ट बता रहे हैं, वो भी मेरी फैमिली के हैं मैम। इनफैक्ट मेरे साथ एक, जब मैं बाहर आई थी, 2 लड़के थे, बैंगलोर से थे मैम, वो भी टूरिस्ट थे। तो उनको मैंने पूछा कि आपके भी कोई फैमिली मेंबर अंदर है? उन्होंने कहा हाँ, हमारा भाई है अंदर। उन्होंने भी वो भी बहुत देर तक वहां खड़े रहे। जब हम अपने परिवार वालों की बॉडीज लेने गए थे, तो तब मुझे वो 2 लड़के वहां पे भी दिखे मैम। मैंने उनसे पूछा कि सेफ हैं? उन्होंने कहा नहीं मैम, वो भी सफोकेशन से, धुएं की वजह से उनकी डेथ हो गई।
आपके अंदाजे से कितने लोग आपको लगता है उस वक्त मौजूद होंगे? ये जो आंकड़ा आ रहा है, तो जाहिर तौर पर जो अथॉरिटीज की तरफ से आ रहा है वो आंकड़ा है कि 25 लोगों की जान गई है।
मैम 200-250 की गैदरिंग थी वहां पर, जिसमें से जो बाहर भागे मुश्किल से 100-125 लोग होंगे मैम, 100-125 मुश्किल से, इंक्लूडिंग स्टाफ।
तो आपको शक है कि ये 25 का जो आंकड़ा है गलत है, इससे भी ज्यादा लोगों की जान गई है?
बिल्कुल गलत है मैम, बिल्कुल गलत है। मैं तो स्टार्टिंग से कह रही हूँ कि गलत बोल रहे हैं। 25 लोग मैम, 25 लोग वहाँ पे इतने बड़े, क्योंकि इतने सारे लोग तो नीचे की तरफ भागे, और ऑलरेडी वहाँ पे किचन का स्टाफ था। 20 लोगों तो 20 तो किचन का स्टाफ बताया जा रहा है मैम, और वो जो बाकी के जो लोग नीचे की तरफ भागे, उनकी कोई गिनती नहीं है मैम।
भावना, आई ऑफर माय कंडोलेंस, आई एम रियली सॉरी दैट दिस हैपेंड टू योर फैमिली। लेकिन बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए भावना। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर स्पीकिंग विद अस। With that, we're slipping into a very short break. A lot more lined up on the other side. Stay on with us.